Media breaking: BBC confirms authenticity of viral video appearing to show Alex Pretti kicking agent's car 11 days before shooting. It shows a lot more than that. Let's actually just play the video for you guys. And boy, man, they're really trying to downplay this. In the video, you can see a man that they say is Alex Pretti, and everyone's trying to be really careful. Like, it appears to be him. He is armed. He has a gun in his back waistband, which I think it corroborates with the shooting we saw of Pretti before, when they removed the gun from its holster or from his waistband. But let me just play the video for you guys so you can watch it for yourself. This is a damning video.
This is a moment the news movement filmed on January 13th in Minneapolis, showing a man who appears to be Alex Pretti interacting with federal immigration agents 11 days before Border Patrol shot and killed him. Our footage was analyzed by the BBC, whose facial recognition technology confirmed his identity to a 97% degree of accuracy. On the morning of January 13th, our team received a tip that federal agents were blocking a street at the corner of East 36 and Park Avenue in Minneapolis. We arrived around 10:15 a.m. We saw observers shouting at the agents as they walked back to their vehicles. When they started driving away, the man kicked their taillight. An agent then got out of the vehicle, grabbed him, and pushed him to the ground.
And you could just see right there
during the altercation, agents fired tear gas and pepper balls into the crowd. They continued to hold the man down before they retreat, and he walks away. The man in our footage is wearing a similar outfit to what Pretti was wearing on the day he was killed. What appears to be a gun is also visible above his waistband.
So you can see him standing here. You can see he's clearly armed. And I just want to stress, in the beginning, there's a few things to consider. He's yelling at, you can see
Park Avenue in Minneapolis.
So, come on, X. If we scroll back, here's the agent moving forward. It appears he spits on him. I'm not going to pretend that spitting on somebody is, I believe he's spitting on the agent, because you see how he flinches and backs up. I'm not going to pretend that spitting on somebody is like murder or anything. It's bad, and I believe it is a felony if they're going to charge you. But I also want to stress, damaging a federal vehicle, kicking out its taillight, easy felony. So this is massive, because the narrative they've been pushing was that this guy was a peaceful protester, a legal observer who was simply filming. As it turns out, he may have been a repeat felon. Okay, so let me just make sure something is clear. You're allowed to protest. You're allowed to be armed while you protest. But if your intention is to obstruct federal law enforcement, felony, to conspire to do it, felony, and to physically attack and damage federal property, also felonies, and you're armed, I'm surprised that interaction didn't go south like the next one. And I gotta say, apparently the reports are this guy had recently gotten divorced. And I'm gonna throw out this is maybe biased, my opinion. I actually think the guy was trying to start a fight that could result in something like this. I think he was probably depressed. You can see him trying to instigate a fight with these agents and committing several felonies. I don't think that's the action of a sane, rational person who is trying to protest or even logically halt federal operations. It seems like he's just trying to create a situation where someone dies.
If CBP had arrested him and put him in jail, he'd be alive today.
I have a couple questions. First of all,
the one thing. Go ahead. Yeah.
I was going to say, was that the BBC doing this report? Because
it's the news movement.
Okay.
But apparently they worked in some capacity with the BBC, and the BBC did confirm the video.
I was like, look at the BBC telling the truth. But you just said that he was married. I thought he was like dressing up as women and stuff.
I don't know that I believe those photos. I mean, there's photos going around claiming he's drag or whatever. I mean, maybe. But apparently he had recently gotten divorced at some point.
And the last thing, spitting is to me, I'd rather be punched in the face than spit on. I think that's the most disgusting thing in the entire world. These people, that should be I think that's more of an aggravating offense. So he should have been arrested right then and there. Why wasn't he arrested?
Well,
That's the
that's
thing. I think we need to be arresting these people more for incidents like this, and then he wouldn't have gotten the situation that he was in before.
That's a really key point, I think. And he also, it turned out that he had broken his ribs. This altercation, you could see how he's been getting violent. And the Minnesota Star Tribune did confirm with the Pretti family that this is in fact Alex Pretti. So we had a situation during the day where a lot of people were like, oh, it's not really him, it's AI or whatever. And leftists were trying to community note the post out of existence, trying to say that it's not him, because they know that this completely destroys their entire narrative of what they were trying to say.
Look, I don't want anybody to die. I'm not happy that it happened. I would prefer it if it didn't. I wish it didn't happen. I wish the violence wasn't happening. But people need to understand this, because the terrifying thing is the left thrives on false narratives. And they're trying to create an image of a man who is peacefully protesting, who was executed. In reality, a man who was part of a coordinated network to commit felonies, it's what they're doing, backed by the state, showed up armed, intending to fight federal law enforcement. Let me stress this. This video proves his intentions are to fight feds, not to peacefully film, and he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. It shows that he is intentionally trying to start these fights. He's an instigator, committing several felonies, and he showed up armed. So I see these people saying, I got into it with Maj Touré on X, because Maj, I'm just going to call you out on this one. You're rage baiting here, okay? I'm a fan, but I'm going to say you're rage baiting because Maj is claiming this actually proves that the feds committed first-degree murder and not manslaughter because of prior contact. I mean, that's just a silly argument, okay? Here's a guy. He shows up with a gun intending to commit felonies. Now, the argument everyone's making is you have a Second Amendment right and a First Amendment right. You can protest, you can be armed, they can't kill you for it. Yes, completely agreed. What you can't do is conspire to obstruct federal law enforcement, show up armed trying to fight feds. You can't do that because he intentionally created the circumstance where this would happen. And I got to be honest, I'm going to say it. Maybe I'm biased. I think he wanted this outcome. I think Pretti wanted to suicide by cop because he's kicking out their taillights. He's spitting on them and fighting with them. He showed up with an additional mag. And he knows what's going to happen when he fights these cops.
I don't think they do. I really think...
I think he did.
I swear to you, I really think they're like, oh, I got away with it this time, and now I'm going to get away with it the next time. And it keeps escalating their behavior, just like violent offenders that we see let out of prison all the time. They keep doing it because they think they're going to keep getting away with it.
Not this guy. I would agree with you for like Renee Good. When her lover screams, "Why are you using real bullets?"
Right.
It shows that they think it's a game. This guy, now we know, is intentionally trying to start a fight. Listen, Renee Good didn't show up with a gun.
True.
And it appears that she was trying to flee with reckless disregard to the life of Jonathan Ross.
She looked at him and hit the gas pedal.
She did. She was turning the wheel. I don't think she was like, I'm going to murder this guy. I think she was saying, I don't care. Like,
I don't care
I'm
that
getting
you're in
out of
my
here. I don't care if I
way.
hit him.
Right.
This guy decides to go fight feds while armed. I'm sorry. Like, even someone with an IQ of 75 understands you arm yourself and go punch a cop, you get shot.
I would say I kind of agree with Lisa. I think a lot of people feel like, because the past few years, there's no consequence. Whatever you do, there's no consequence. And a lot of those people believed it. And so
They're really dumb,
I'm going to push back. Renee Good was just shot and killed. You think this guy did not know that they were shooting and killing people?
That's a fair point.
Renee Good is shot driving her car, and the argument from his cohort is they're killing innocent people. Now, there is an argument to be made. He armed up because he went, oh my God, the Nazis are killing us. I better get my gun just in case. Perhaps.
Maybe he wants to be a martyr to his ex-wife.
I think he got divorced. I think he was depressed. He's an aging guy, and listen.
Well, he's 37.
That's why these simps are out here anyway, because they want
not a young man.
attention.
I look at a lot of what these leftists do, and you really can't categorize them based on, probably IQ score or whatever. This guy's not accomplishing anything, right? The guy who attacked Ilhan Omar, what was he accomplishing by spraying her with apple cider vinegar?
Well, he was making her look good.
Grease.
Yeah, he was making her look good.
Well, bacon grease wouldn't come out of a syringe like that.
That would be funny though.
Yeah. But they're saying it was apple cider vinegar. What is he accomplishing by doing it? Now, either the guy's dumb as a box of rocks or he wanted to help Ilhan Omar. A smart person knows what he did helps. This guy Perhaps you say he's dumb as a box of rocks. I don't think so. I don't think you get into a fight like, what is this, a week after Rene Good is shot and killed, he brings a gun to intentionally go fight feds. He knows what they're going to do.
But what he was trying to do, if you're right, I believe that he tried to be a martyr.
Yes, I agree.
Otherwise, he could use the gun and really kill ICE agent.
I agree, but these people know. It's the I'm not touching you philosophy. It's fifth generational warfare. They want to create propaganda by being the victims.
Martyr, yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so what I'm seeing now, I mean, look at all the A-list celebrities. Look at all the athletes that are coming out being like, abolish ICE. I can't believe this happened. The right doesn't understand the game the left is playing. I mean, a lot of people on the right do, but they don't engage in this way. Trump, I bring it up all the time with the May 29th insurrection at the White House. Trump approached it straightforward, like a samurai. We're going to go in, we're going to be honorable, we're going to shut down the riots. The left approach it like a ninja. We're going to control the thoughts and minds of the people, and we're going to create the narrative so they join our cause.
Yeah, I mean, look, when it comes to this guy, whether or not it was suicide by cop, I don't really have a strong opinion. Maybe it was, but he was definitely ideologically motivated. He knew what he was getting into. He was there in trying to produce chaos, trying to impede ICE operations or CBP operations. This is something that's happening all the time. I like the idea of the government stepping in and removing these people. He should have been put in jail after the first one. His first encounter, if he would be alive today. If you're, if you're concerned about the fact that he got killed, like, it saves lives by putting people in jail. It literally does.
They tried, as Lily mentioned, so hard to community note this, to claim that it was fake, that it was AI. They're spam blasting all the videos saying bad AI. They're saying not even good AI. I got to be honest, if this was AI, it's the best AI I've seen.
Yeah, it's very good.
They're doing it because they know they thrive on narrative. And here's the guy clearly being the aggressor. In fact, when I posted this video, it said, wow, footage shows Alex Pretti attacking DSH agents. Let me get the full post. I said, could he have been known to the agents as they attempted to arrest him? Known violent extremist, armed, violent, actively resisting. And guess what? The original note they tried putting on the post claiming it was fake just got deleted because now we know for a fact it's him. And they're trying so hard.
It really makes a lot of the people who have been running around the past few days saying, like there have been conservatives running around talking about how he was just very peaceful and he wasn't doing anything, and this was definitely like
those people gotta go.
And how about shout out to Red State?
But here's the thing about this. I think a lot of these people were just sort of auditioning for Barry Weiss, trying to get a job at CBS.
Oh, they hired a bunch of people.
They hired a bunch of people.
Not a Trump supporter in the bunch.
Not a Trump supporter among them. So if you want a job with CBS, you know where your bread has to be buttered, and you have to come out against things like this right away.
That dude from Red State quote tweeting me saying that 2 magazines is the right-wing equivalent of crossing state lines, which is, it's all just sophistries. It's just fake. The dude was violent, instigating fights. He was armed, and he decides, I'm going to show up again to fight cops. I'm bringing an extra mag.
And he was also a part of a coordinated,
I think
planned. This is premeditated.
Right, and the important thing is, it is fair to ask the question of why someone has additional magazines in any circumstance. 99% of the time, you don't think much about it. If I'm walking around and I'm armed and I carry an additional magazine, we say, well, Second Amendment, whatever. Why are you armed? Self-defense? Why the extra mag? Self-defense. You never know. But when you are trying to fight cops on duty as part of a state-backed paramilitary group and you say, I'm bringing an extra mag, I'm going to ask why. It's not self-defense.
No, there's no real need for it.
I think he's a...
There's no need for the gun unless your intention is to kill people.
All by yourself, all by itself.
I feel like he's part of what we call death squad in China. They really, really want to die, willing to die. And then there's another group like Rene Good. I think she was one of those, feel like there's no consequences. They just go in there, make trouble, and they will be fine.
Yeah.
I think
like
she
jihadists.
was not ready to die. I don't think she wanted to die. But this one, probably.
Rene Good seemed like a doofy, awful. And that's why you see her lover scream, "Why did you have real bullets?" They genuinely did not understand that they were engaging federal law enforcement. They thought they were playing footsie with riot cops.
Well,
This
and
guy
they
knows
thought
exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, and Renee Good, I think, thought very clearly that she was protected by her white privilege.
Yeah.
She thought that there was no way they were going to shoot her because she was white.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.